The summer of 2012 had its share of movies that were questionable, to say the least. For example, why come up with a whole new Spider-Man adventure when you can just take Sam Raimi's version from 10 years ago, water it down, and reserve it?
Oh, it's so simple.
The Amazing Spider-Man is literally a redo of the origin story, only it has less humor, less joy, and makes less sense than the Tobey Maguire one from 2002. Bullies quickly turn friendly, villains come and go without much explanation, and this Peter Parker never seems very surprised by his new superpowers. It's as if the movie was constantly shrugging and saying, whatever.
Prometheus? Are you seeing this?
And then there's Prometheus. Much like The Amazing Spider-Man, one wonders why this prequel to Alien needed to be made. The story is lackluster, and most of the crew members on this mission fall somewhere between incompetent and outright dumb.
Whatever that probe is picking up, it's reading life form.
What do you mean a life form?
When the danger finally comes, it's hard to feel sorry for any of these idiots. This movie desperately needed a Ripley.
Here we go.
Speaking of idiots,
Have you heard of extreme tourism?
You're incredible.
Who's coming with Paul to Chernobyl?
Oren Peli, creator of Paranormal Activity, now brings us Chernobyl Diaries. Once again, the handheld camera jiggles us from one scare to the next as these American tourists throw away all common sense. Though it tries, Chernobyl Diaries never reaches the frightening level of its predecessor, The Princess Diaries. Believe it or not, thousands of tourists really do visit the Chernobyl disaster site every year, despite the high levels of radiation. Well, great. Tomorrow they should all go swimming in Love Canal. Or better yet, go swimming in Piranha Water Park.
There's something in the water!
When it comes to movies like Piranha 3 Double D, criticism seems almost pointless.
Bring me my legs.
But this is the internet where pointless thrives. This sequel to 2010's Piranha packs the first few minutes with the double Ds and the final minutes with David Hasselhoff to make you forget that there's not much in between.
Is that you?
When the piranhas do attack,
Ow!
it's mainly to punish people for being naked or having sex.
Something's wrong with me.
What did you do to me?
The urge to destroy is a creative urge.
With Cosmopolis, director David Cronenberg gives us not so much a movie as a series of boring conversations on the metaphysical state of our economy, mostly done in the back of a stretch limo driving across Manhattan.
This is a protest against the future.
So yes, it's a typical art movie that thinks it's more profound than it really is, especially when it doles out the rat motif again and again and again. Okay, we get it.
Your whole waking life is a self-contradiction.
With unlikable characters who are too cool for school and a story that refuses to do much, you start praying that Patrick Bateman from American Psycho will show up with his raincoat and trusty axe.
Hey, Paul!
Rock of Ages gives us classic 80s rock by way of Glee-like production numbers, mixed with campy John Waters-style comedy.
Sex!
Which means the target audience for this movie is no one. The actors seem to be having a good time, but more often than not, it simply feels like a well-produced night of karaoke.
What your little sissy's doing on our turf?
The makers of You Got Served cut the age of their dancers in half for Battlefield America. It's not quite toddlers and tiaras, but there's something a little icky about all these preteens busting a move.
You should quit the competition so don't embarrass yourself.
Oh no, he just didn't. The sass talk is plentiful in this gritty urban drama,
Get your facts straight.
Get your teeth straight.
as the pint-sized dance crews are forever up in each other's faces. Since everyone thinks he can dance, soon enough it's on.
I'm not worried about you or your little crew.
And we get a veritable dance buffet where everyone gets served.
This ain't a battle. This is war.
Yes, and in Battlefield America, war really is hell. You know, it's only a matter of time before this underage dancing leads to a darker place. Battlefield Earth. Like Snakes on a Plane, a movie with the goofy title Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter better deliver the goods. This movie doles out some impressive eye candy, but little else. As a child, Abe Lincoln witnesses his mother killed by a vampire, so he sets about becoming a vampire hunter to exact revenge. Neither the script nor acting did this movie any favors. Between producing this and directing Dark Shadows, Tim Burton maybe should have just taken a break instead. I'm Abraham Lincoln, and I approve this message. Adam Sandler and Tyler Perry keep churning out movies like BP keeps pumping oil. And despite alternative sources of comedy, millions of people keep giving their hard-earned money to these two. In That's My Boy, Sandler gives us a funny voice, slapstick, a lot of swearing, and a collection of scenes that resemble a story. In Medea's Witness Protection, Perry gives us a funny voice, slapstick, and, well, with either film you can get up, go to the bathroom, and return without worrying that you've missed a crucial plot point.
This is gonna be awesome!
And that really is the formula for success in the movie world.
Oh my God, I just threw up. Where? In my pants.
Okay, that's enough for now.
Get your fix. Subscribe now.
The 2012 summer movies were mostly blah, but there were definitely some highlights.
Our mission is to monitor extraterrestrial activity on Earth.
Men in Black 3 is surprisingly good. Basically, it's the apology for Part 2 we've waited 10 years to get.
A lot of money was spent. Were any of these movies any good at all? No.
Yes.
That's incorrect, so I'm going to need you to chug a little bit. No, go ahead. I'm going to need you to chug a little bit, because that was an incorrect answer.
All right, count me down.
Sorry. 5.
And because I'm sitting next to her.
3, 2,